Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. Today we're going to have a look at how we can create a floating menu that comes out when you hover over it. It's also got an accordion inside so that you can actually have the different items that you can link on. If that's something that might be of interest to you, just hit that like button below and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create a new page, and we'll just call it pop out menu demo, and I'll say use the Divi builder. So I'm using Divi 5. So once it loads, it's just going to load with basically nothing. If you're using Divi 4, you'll get the 3 options that you can select from, and we're just going to use a pre-made layout. So the pre-made layout that we want to use will be the charity one. So it's the charity, and if you want to follow along, you can just also include this for yours, but we're going to use the donate page over here. So if I click on that and I just say use this layout, it's going to load everything for you depending on how fast your internet connection is, and it'll be up and running and you'll have the page loaded for you. Okay, once that's up and running, what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to add a new section. And the section we want to add is including a row that is I would assume is this one over here. We're basically breaking it into the 3 quarters and a quarter. So just select that one and it'll open up. But before we change anything there, let me just move this because I want it at the top. That must be the first section that we have. Excuse me. And then inside here, what we want to add is we want to add the accordion modules. So it's this one right here. Just throw that in there, and you have a bunch that they'll put as a demo for you. So you've got the title goes here, your title goes here. So I'm just going to go first option header. Okay, and then in below we want to give it a few different links. So I'm just going to say first link, second link, third link. Okay, so once that's done, just going to turn these into actual links. So we just by doing so. And the third link. Okay, so once that is done, we want to also make sure that we give this spacing so that we can have a custom margin of 0 and 0. And yeah, I think we'll take that as it is and then go back to the front and just delete this first one and then just clone it. Okay, and once it's cloned, just go in and you just change this one, so second, and we go back again and just change the last one. Third. Okay, so we have first option header, second option header, third option header. I suppose it should be title, not header, but it's okay. All right, now what we want to do is we want to make sure that this fits the look and feel of the rest of the site. So if you scroll down to this one over here, and if you click on that, you'll see that this is toggles. So we want ours to be similar look and feel to this. So what I do is I right click on it and I just say copy attributes. All right, once I've copied attributes, run back to the top and then just come onto here, right click and say, well, you can say extend attributes, or you can just say paste attributes. And I want all toggle attributes. So just throw everything in there. Okay, so now all of this has the same look and feel as the rest of the site. You can see it's got all the little arrows, it's got the same font, all of that. Okay, so once that is done, we also want to make sure that we give this a white background. I mean, you don't need to, it depends on how you want to style yours, but just so that it stands out quite nicely when we view it, we want to make sure that we have a white background here. Okay, then what we want to do is we want to just give this also a bit of spacing. So for top and bottom, let's give this 20. Then let's give it a bit of a border, but we only want to give it a bottom border. So the bottom border, we want to give it 1 pixels, but everything else we want it to be 0. Okay, so 1 pixel, and for me, I just want to make sure that it's a, oh, wrong one, around this one. I just want to make sure it's a bit of a different color. Okay, something like that. Okay, so that is done. The next thing we want to do is add in our text. So we just come in here, just throw in a text module, and if we take all that and just say menu. Now what the menu is going to do is going to be the part that sticks out over here. So I want to make sure that we have it over there. So once we have that, let's go and just style this. So text, I want to make sure that this text is bold at least so we can see it. Let's also set it to uppercase. We're going to make it FFF because we're going to change the color of the background soon. Let's push it out, the letters, give a bit of spacing in between them. Let's make sure it's center aligned, and very important, perhaps let's go visibility and just disable this on phone and tablet. Okay, so it's only going to display when we are viewing it on desktop. Otherwise that menu item over there can actually get into your real estate of your screen size while you're trying to scroll. Won't make for a good user experience. Not to mention also the hover effect doesn't really work on tablets. Okay, so once that is done, we want to jump back into our row. And in our row, we want to give it a background. So I'm just giving it this background over here. You can give it whatever color you want. That's just going to give us the actual back. Oh, why is this not showing? Background. Didn't save. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to the row. There we go. Let's go back to the row. All right, design, sizing. I want to put this to 320 pixels. Okay, so that gives us a nice small one over there. And then we want to also go down to spacing, and on spacing here we want to make it custom margin of left. We want to make it minus 241. So what that's doing is it's moving it to the left. Now if we go back to our previous one, you can see here the shift that we get is actually just this shifting to the right, this whole item or module shifting to the right. So if I move to the left, all it's doing is going 241 pixels to the left. If I come here, it comes to 0. So it's moving that negative margin that we have, the negative 241. It's moving it to the right so that it starts at 0. Okay, so to do that, obviously, the next move we would do is if we go here and we set this to hover, then this would go to 0. And there you can already see the shift happening. Okay, just in case something happens and it displays for some reason on a tablet or phone, let's just go and set this margin to 10% and make it the same both left and right. So it'll pretty much center it there for us. The next thing we want to do is just give this a bit of custom padding. So we hit this here, 0 and 0. Okay, and then we want to give it a bit of rounded corners. So go to a border and take this one out and just put in 10 top and 10 at the bottom. Okay, so it's giving us that nice rounded effect over there. The next thing we want to do is we want to give it a bit of a flex layout. Ah, man. So desktop. So 10. No, don't want it there. Take that one out. Take that one out. Okay, spacing. Spacing is still okay. Alright. Padding. 0 at the top. 0 at the bottom. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to jump into layout. We want to make sure it's set to flex. We want to make sure it's set to row. And then we want to justify to the center. Okay. That looks like it's working what we want. See how it goes. Right, the next thing we want to do is we want to come and just give our section setting a background. Okay, just going to give it the same background as the bottom over here. So that's all the same kind of color. Then we want to go and give this also custom margins. So custom margin, we want to give it 0 at the top, 0 at the bottom. And then we also want to give it custom 0 and 0 over here. All right. If we are on tablets, and by any chance it shows here, let's just give this 5% as well as 5%. Okay, looking okay so far. Next thing we want to do is we just want to give this a little bit of custom CSS. So I'll put this CSS in the bottom of the description at the bottom. So you can just copy and paste it in if this is the look and feel that you want to go for. But we need to give an ID. We need to give this an ID of float. And then custom CSS here, we just paste that in and it shoots off to the side over there. Okay, so in theory, we should actually pretty much be done. Just save draft. And let's go see if we got the preview. Okay, and there it's coming out. Let me click on there. It shows it just as we have asked it to. Okay, the only thing we probably still need to work on is this menu item over here. It's not showing as we want it to. So if we go design, it should be here with a flex. Set to column, let's just change this to row. Oh, keep it a column. Justify, start, center, and align items, center, start. Okay. What if we click on this one? Design, layout, row. Let's put that column. Center, stretch, start. Center, start. Okay. Okay, but it's showing there. We just need to play with it a little bit. I'm sure there's just one little setting that I probably missed, but the functionality is still there. You can see that it's got the menu, and if you scroll over it, it pops out right over there. Okay, so this is how you can put in a pop-up menu using the flex and functions that Divi offers now. We can do this with code, which I have done quite successfully. If you want to see how to do this with code, which is meaning how you'll do it in Divi 4, let me know, and I can create another video on that, and I can show you how to do the code. It's literally like 3 or 4 lines of code that you can just type in. But I'm still trying to learn how to use the Divi 5 ones over here. But yeah, that's it. Let's just keep it at that so it's not too long. All right, so that's how you can create a pop-up menu. I hope you find this useful. And if you do come back and let us know how you've used it in your site. It'll be cool to see different ways that people are integrating these kind of things into their site so we can all learn from each other. If you liked what you saw, do please hit the like button below. It helps me out, not only giving me motivation, but also helps to give better for the algorithm. And if you find anybody that might want to know this, you feel free to share it. And I'll be creating more tutorials as I go forward with Divi. So if you'd like to join me on this journey, just make sure you subscribe and don't miss out on any future videos. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.